And now it is my honor to introduce to you the co-founder of Avanti Way, a visionary entrepreneur who is constantly trying to push the boundaries of efficiency, smart operations, and creating value for his clients and the broader real estate market and industry pioneer. Please give a warm welcome to Andrés Korda.
Hello, hello, hello. Thank you. Thank you. How's everybody today? Good? How's the energy? Okay. I'm going to have you guys stand up for a second. Okay. You guys shake it out for a second. You guys know everybody around you. Paul, thanks again. Thanks, Ricky. You guys have met everybody in your table, hopefully. If not, during lunch, please get to connect with each other, okay? Arms up. Arms down. Okay, let's sit back down. We got some energy for the next sessions. And those are things that AI can't do yet. All right? So we go back to our human connection like Paul was saying. All right? Which is so, so important today. So, all right. So I'm happy to follow Paul's great AI introduction. And I'm going to take you guys through a very fun and hopefully very enlightening ride in the next half an hour, 40 minutes or so, okay? And it's about how to really look now at AI for your business in real estate and being able to show you, not only in theory, but in practice, some of the things that can add a ton of value right now in your business. So I want you to pay attention, be very creative, and I'll take you through and I'll start telling you how to look at what the things that I'm saying as we move along, all right? But it's about, as Paul was saying, smart operations, driving efficiency in your business and working with AI, okay? AI, this is a very, very, very important phrase. It's already powerful today, guys, but this is the weakest it will ever be, okay? So adoption of this is no longer an option. And what you see today is the tip of the iceberg. It will never suck more than how it sucks now and how powerful it is. That's very important on the mindset. So you need to understand the fundamentals and how you're going to look at AI as your partner moving forward, okay? Artificial intelligence is evolving, okay? But I want to show you how it progressed to where it is now. It's important to understand that we started with expert systems, okay? And that was pretty much rules, diagnostics. Remember, you went to the doctor, they gave you, a blood exam, and then they were able to show you diagnostics. Those were, were rule-based systems to make decision-making. And that was already AI. As Paul said, that's been here for a while, no? That evolves. Where are we today? That evolved to machine learning, okay? And machine learning were algorithms already, okay? The AI already was learning from patterns to data, and it was making some predictions, and it was big. This was, for example, Netflix. The algorithm in Netflix was this stage of AI, to give you an idea, right? Then we went to perception AI. Face ID, you guys familiar with that? Siri, those type of ones, that's perception AI. So it's systems that process and interpret senses. Okay, that's what happened here. Then we went to the natural language processing. Okay, and those are the NLPs, and that started identifying language. Okay, that was already everything that understands human language and then can react. And that was, for example, the chatbot era, right? Now, suddenly 2022, we started with what's ChatGPT and all that launched, which is generative AI, which it was something that was being worked on for a long time, but those are models that now create new context. So they start creating stuff for you. Before, they weren't, and that was a big revolution, okay? Because now, rather than just listening, augmenting your senses, understanding language, they can create and speak back at their own type of language. Then we went to reasoning AI, which is what you're really, really, really having right now a lot, okay? And that already is capable of logical interference, you know? So it's problem solving. So it's step by step. It's not unified. It's at one thing and it responds back, but it goes through 5 or 6 steps in a row. And these two things together, obviously with all this technology in the back in language that are the NLPs, are what created what now you're seeing, and it's creating all this amazing stuff, which is obviously agentic AI and spatial AI. So agentic AI is something that it's the autonomy. So you already have workflows. So you already give them a problem, state something, and they go and they can go open a website, go and buy a ticket for you. They become autonomous in everything that they do. You're just giving the instructions, and they follow all this tech, all these things that Paul was talking about, and they have workflows that created. And then spatial AI, which is happening simultaneously, is everything that's augmented reality and visual. And it's where Paul is saying that's what's next. That's what Pablo's going to speak to you guys later on this afternoon. You're going to see all of that. That's Tesla's autopilot, for example. All the autopilots, you're going to start seeing self-driving cars and all that. That's spatial AI as well. And then you have the last stage before you get to the super intelligence and artificial general intelligence, which is the one that's the future. And I don't know how long we are from there, but everybody's trying to fight that. That doesn't exist yet. But we're already at the physical AI, which is the robots. Amazon, have you seen the robots? Amazon, Tesla, and all they're coming. If we were here in a manufacturing conference, I think we were showcasing robots and everything else. How are we in this industry, set up for the robot era? Not there yet, but we'll start seeing some uses at some point in time. Adri, I'm disconnected. Can you, next? So right now, for this talk, I want you guys to focus not on the past, not on the future, not on the robots. We're not going to have any robots taking place yet in the real estate game, but on the agentic and spatial AI. Okay, how can we really create relevant super intelligence in our business in this stage? Okay, so I'm narrowing down what we're going to focusing on. Go ahead, Adi. And agentic AI, Paul mentioned that and explained a little bit about it, is a ton of, assistance, a workforce, okay? An era where, you have trillions of autonomous agents that handles all types of tasks. They learn, they help to coordinate at scale. And that's huge. Like they could be, any small task, complex task, they can do it. Things you're not even able to do. Go ahead, next. So how do they work? So they work through what's called modular functions, okay? They sense, then they remember, they plan, they act the same way you do. That's powerful. And that's where we are right now. So how can we use this new workforce in our business? There's tutors, traders, assistants, to analysts. They're filling every imaginable role you can even think of. And that had never happened before. Now you have access to tons of, staffers that are there to support your business. And this is how tomorrow's workforce will look like. And for us, it's important to understand that whether we like it or not, this is going to happen. This is already happening now. And we have to not only embrace it, that's why we're here today, and thank you for coming, and I think it's going to be very good that now you execute based on what you learned today. We have to understand how to work in this new world. You're going to have human workers, which are people that are going to work for you still, humans. You are going to be a human professional, entrepreneur, and worker. Then you have digital workers, which are all these AI agents that we're talking about, and then there's going to be the robotics, which, believe it or not, are already replacing a bunch of people in warehouses and things like that, all right? So how does AI agents work? Because if we understand how they work, we can understand how we can incorporate them in our business, okay? And they work with 3 functions, 3 types of ways. They work to offload, okay? So routine tasks. They help you offload those tasks, delegate. okay? They work also on elevating, improving what we do. So they work as tutors, coaches, collaborators from us. They help us in knowledge, okay, in data scrapping, in things that would take a lot of time. And then they also extend our abilities into new directions. And that's augmenting and you know, new senses and new things that you as humans can't see. For example, you put those Google, you know, or Meta glasses, etc., and it's going to get you to see things that you normally can't see. I was playing the other day with an Oculus or the Apple one, remember Vision Apple? And I was inside a Metallica concert next to the guitar player. That's insane. I would see the way that he was managing his feet, things that you can't see. You'll be able to participate there. So that's unbelievable. And you're going to see demonstrations of all these things today here. So this is how you look on how to use AI. Let's start getting practical. How do you use all this? All this theory. Paul was talking to you about the importance and the theory. So now let's put these things into practice. If this is the workforce, let's take out robots for now. I don't want to complicate things today. But if we have digital and human workers, you're the strategist. They don't know what you want out of your business in each of the processes. So we're going to have to dissect so that humans can focus on strategy and approving stuff, while the digital workers can work on research, drafting, executing a lot of these tasks. So you go, you strategy, you send it up, they do their stuff, they compile, they select, they bring it down, you review, or somebody in your team that's a human then reviews, maybe interacts with it a little bit more, gets what it is, generate the presentation, make adjustments, and then go. And that's how we have to see. So if we dissect and understand today, I need to dissect my business in processes, in systems, in flows, in journeys, we can then see what we delegate to who. Just the same way, for those of you that have assistants or have worked with somebody that you've had to train before, it's the same thing. If you don't train them well, they're not going to do the job as well as you'd like. And right now, how many of you guys have interacted with some sort of AI? Do you guys feel you're maximizing the potential of the use of the AIs that you use? Because we are probably just using it we haven't even had time to think how we're going to use these things because we're bombarded. You remember the video we saw at the beginning today? It's overwhelming. You don't even know where to start. There's so many apps, so many things that makes us focus on that instead of focusing on the strategy. What is it that we do in real estate? Let's start there. It's this. Okay, we take, our clients through a value journey. We provide value at every point of the game. We prospect, we market, we outreach, we have communication with clients, we win the business, we have appointments, we help them in what they need and solve their problems. Then we either list properties and understand how to maximize value for properties or match properties to them. To the clients, then we do transactions, we take them through documentation, negotiation, we have market analysis, and then we have the whole closing process that we help them. So how can a workforce like the one that we're talking about help us go through something like that? And then we come, and this is the formula that we're giving to you. You go through each section of the process, and you say, okay, let me divide this in 3. What am I going to do? What is the AI going to do? And what is an assistant going to do? It's not about not firing your assistant. And it's what we tell our programmers and what we tell our amazing VIP support and everybody that you hang out, that you speak to and that gives lives to this community as well, which I give a huge shout out to. We want you now, we tell the programming team, we want you now to work as if we had 10x of programmers in our team. It's not about having less programming power. It's about having more. So we're not going to fire anybody. But if you're not working as if you were delivering at a 10x basis, you're not working up to the standards of today. Same in support. Same in accounting. Same in everything else. So in your business as well, you need your human assistants. The ones that are here locally, the ones that could be offshore, that's fine. But now you could make them produce like nothing that they've ever done before. Okay, so trust and empathy remain the human strengths. And then everything that AI can deliver will create scale and delegate that to what's your staff in the future. All righty? So your team of the future is going to be a hybrid. Delegated human, supporting together and working together with your AI and with you. So let's see what I showed you before in one mini section of the process, just so you understand how this train of thinking works. And if you take one thing away from today is the strategic thinking, because the AI will not do that for you. They don't know what you want to do for your business. You can't ask. It's like having an assistant and telling the assistant, hi, how are you? First day on the job, whatever. Listen, what do I need to do? It's like, what do you mean? You hire me? What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? What's your goal? How are you going to achieve that? Okay, let's go through it. So invest a lot of time in them. So this is just, again, this is not applicable, but we keep it here in this section. But this is how this whole element works. So the local market strategy, you collect all the data. AI then collects all the data, drafts the reports. Humans make adjustments, and then they present to get context, and then the humans are the ones that go to the appointments and have the client presentation. You don't have the AI going or anything like that, but you have a set of what happens between the moment you already have a potential CMA listing presentation for a client and the moment you're in front of the client presentation. There's work that you do, right? And sometimes you do very little work to get there, and you feel you got there without the right presentation, the right experience you want to deliver, etc. And most of the time, why is that? Is it because you don't want to create a wow experience, or why? What's the reason? Time. It's time. We just didn't have enough time. Why? Because life happened and everything else, and you got to go to an inspection and that. So rethink now, because AI is giving you that time back. But if you're not using wisely, it's not going to work right for you. All right? Now, let me show you how to think about AI now in practicality. You guys okay with the strategy? You understand the concept that you're going to apply to your business. Make sense? Following me? Yes. Awesome. So, this is the same problem that we're fighting in Avanti Way all the time with regular tech. What's the problem? Apps and technology overload. Complexity, right? You know, it's not lack of technology. It's having too many of them. All disconnecting. Noise out of your Instagram feeds. Out of 10 videos, how many videos are somebody or something selling AI? 8 out of 10. Yes or no? It's everywhere. You can't stop, even IBM, even the regular commercials, you know, they're all, create the AI workforce, this and that, whatever. You don't know where to start. Okay, so I'm going to tell you where to start. It's very simple. The trend and our position, the same as we're trying to simplify with AVEX and with all the innovation and us becoming your innovation partner, is about simplicity. It's not about apps, and it's about an experience. It's about, you know, being able to adopt a system, use it, become better, less complexity, right? And you've seen us speak when we've launched all our tech, etc. And we always say it's about that. It's the nuance that makes the difference. Everybody can say we have technology. It's the nuance of simplicity and interconnectivity that works. The same thing's going to happen in AI. Look at these players, okay? These are the big players in AI. These are the monsters. These are the ones investing billions and billions of dollars on data centers, on AI systems, buying out the entrepreneurs that came out with great products. They're incorporating them into their worlds. Okay, Paul mentioned a couple of them before. And these are the guys that are going to play the largest game today. I can guarantee you, there's a high schooler right now that's going to be larger than all these guys. But we don't know. I mean, new entrepreneurs, new companies will come up, but this is what we got. So my advice, again, to you guys, and our advice, is that you choose your poison as your main LM partner, language model partner, from these big guys. Why? Because those big guys, you know, are not going to go away. They're not getting bought out. They're the ones buying other ones. They're the ones investing, and they're coming out with a lot of things that now all these people are giving you online, and you're seeing subscribe to this, subscribe to that, subscribe to that. All of those, you come up 2 months later, and they have the same exact thing in one of their platforms. Yes or no? Yes. So let's not bother with the noise. Choose the one you like the most, and then learn as if that's the language, that's the scheme, that's the foundation that your assistant works. And then complement with others, and I want to show you how, that may be better at certain things, at certain times, than the ones that you have as your main assistant partner or platform, and then complement with those. And we're going to go through that world. And now I'm going to show you instead of telling you on some of these things. I'm going to choose ChatGPT. Is that good for today? Yes. You guys, most of you guys choose ChatGPT the most? Yes. Okay. If not, I'll just change the whole presentation. AI, please. All right. So, okay. So if we're doing ChatGPT, fine. I just want to give you a thing. Any other one of those platforms, so you're using Cloud, if you're using Gemini, fine. I'm not training you guys on how to do this now. I want you to also see, you'll only see how easy it is, how it gets done, and know that any of these platforms, if you want to start testing them out, it's the same concept that you have to follow, but you have to do it in whichever platform it is. Let's go. So the first thing you're going to do is this has to be like your second brain that you're training. You have to clone your personality. Okay, so the first step is cloning your personality so the AI thinks, sparks, speaks like you. That is key. Yes or no, Paul? Every time you do like this, I feel, okay, I'm doing good. I'm going to get an A+. All right. So let's go. Let me show you how this works. So you go in to ChatGPT, okay? You click on Customize Chat in your settings. Again, I'm not teaching you. You just put, because we will send you these videos. Don't you worry about it. You write your profession. You write what you do. You put how you want them to speak to you, how you want it to behave. I want it to be polite, chatty, traditional. I want it to be encouraging. I'm a Gen Z. All these things. I'm a listing agent. I work this market. You put everything, pour it in, and you're going to be training this model. It is not about, you do the first. I'm Avanti Way. This is what Avanti Way has. These are all the things that I pride myself with. This is a sample list. You want to do all the things that you do the specifics. Do the first try, and then you're going to keep on, throwing stuff to the model, and they're going to start getting to know you. But every time you're working with it, think about, I'm working with my second brain, and they need to know more about me every single interaction. So you've got to tell them, okay, remember this, put it back into my profile. Okay, so now let me prove it very quickly on how, once you do that, we have two screens now. One, and you said, I want to, what happened? Okay. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, don't know. Okay, so one side, not personalized, paid ChatGPT, but not personalized. It's not about paying or not paying. And you tell them, okay, organize my week. And it'll give you very general stuff. How many of you guys have been doing that? Yeah, and I'll give you, okay, organize my week. Doesn't matter what you do. If you do the same thing on the other side, organize my week, it's going to think a little bit more because it's gathering all your information. But while this one is just giving you, okay, prospecting time, do this, and it's very smart what they give you, but it's not necessarily exactly what's yours. And if you go ahead afterwards and give it, no, but I want this, I want that, but you don't have a personality to then keep training your voice, it stays there in that chat. Whereas in this other side, you put it together and it tells you, you see, let me organize your week because you're a listing agent in Coral Gables. Okay? It knows it's going to give you a lot of listing stuff for you to do. It's going to give you the type of activities that you told them that you are better at, that you like to do. All those things are going to be there. If, for example, you take your kids to school from this time to this time, you'll answer to this. And you're going to say, you know what, I take my course from this time to this time, I do this afternoons, etc. And the next time you just ask it, Remember that, you say. And then the next time you ask it to build you a schedule, it will put your own stuff in your schedule. You don't have to start saying this, saying that, etc. So build it with your customization. You see the difference. Then you go, okay, draft an email. From right away, this drafts a very regular email. And because it knows you, if you draft an email on this other side, it's going to draft an email for a listing agent. It's going to mention Avanti Way Realty. It's going to mention Coral Gables on the top as well. It's going to mention listing specialist. This is just the tip of the iceberg. But the same prompt, same time, if you had put a little bit of time, and here we also did the tip of the iceberg of training a model. Just the settings and doing the first time. Okay, now create a content piece for me. When it does the content piece in social media, again, it's going to do it specifically with what you do. And then when it finishes, do it like what you would do for any other assistant. I like this, I didn't like that. Next time do it like this, next time do it like that. And in fact, remember this and this and that. Make sense? That's the step number one. Think about it as your second brain. A well-trained AI becomes an army. An army of people that are doing what they're constantly doing. But you need to train it right. Your style, your context, and everything else. And that's the only way it'll become a powerhouse of staffers, you know? Drafting, automating, following your instructions, okay? Go ahead. So don't be shy on really connecting with them as if invested right time at the beginning, so then you have it super smooth. Integrations, it's in step number 2. So try to bring the real power of AI in when it connects to your world, to your tools that you use, to your Gmail, to your calendar, to your contacts, all of these things. So let me show you how it works. Again, you need to get trained on this right now, but understand the concept, okay? Okay, so you click on agent mode. Once you click on agent mode, it will open up sources. When you go to sources, look how simple, connectors. When you go to connectors, you connect your Gmail. It's going to follow certain instructions in Gmail. You have Google, calendar, all these things. It, like any other site that you've done it already at this point, helps you go through. You select your account. You click allow. You give your life away. No, not really. Basically, no, but you have to have your privacy settings right, and Ines is going to talk a lot about that this afternoon. So, but that's important. You have to obviously be conscious of that. Activate Gmail, activate contacts, activate your calendar. There's a step-by-step process. We will provide you post materials on all these things. I'm getting you to see how simple it is. You go, you finish this, and it's done. Now that they're connected, we're going to see as we move along in the presentation how that becomes extremely, extremely powerful. How many of you guys have connected your ChatGPT to Google, to your email, to your calendars, and all those things? Good. So you're getting value out of today. Because if you do those two things, you're already working, you know, level 2 with AI. You can go to you're off the magic carpet and you go down a green slope. All righty? So, now I'm going to take you through realtor use cases. Okay, so pay a lot of attention. I chose several sections within the journey, and I kind of take a little bit in each of the journey parts that we spoke about, but this is not in any way, shape, or form for me to show you, no, this is the only place and the only function and the only use for a listing. There's plenty. I want you to think now what's possible. Very easy. I'm not using crazy tools. I'm not using anything that's pro, things that you're already comfortable with. And we're going to explore them and include in each of them some ChatGPT features. So what I did is I divided in each of the sections a GPT feature that's going to allow you, whether you use it for this or for something else, to learn something cool that probably is more advanced than what you've been using ChatGPT for now. So I'll tell you what that feature is so you pay attention. Okay, so first scenario. let's see working as an example with a listing. So the AI drafts the descriptions, the updates, the marketing, you guide in strategy and client trust. You still need humans to maybe do the MLS upload, to help you with the showings, to all those other things, okay? So depending, again, I always show you a slide like this, read it, because I want you to see how, for a listing, for a specific part of your process, you have to start doing the theory that we said before. This is how you put it into practice. So seller gets consistent updates and saves you hours. All those marketing. How many times have you said, I want to send a weekly update to my listing client and I just don't have time? Happens, right? Now you're able to. There's no excuse. The question is, how is that going to be? So now, let me show you how that one works. And for that, I'm going to be featuring something that's called Canvas mode, all right? Which is a way for you to use your AI as if it was a live workspace, like a Google Doc. So you can draft, edit, refine content on demand, collaborate with the document. Have you done that with ChatGPT? You're going to see it now. So go ahead. So there you go. You activate Canva mode, more Canvas. That's all you have to do. Then you put a prompt. I'm requesting a market report. I put in 2 documents. I just uploaded my MLS comps, and I told it, please give me a whole report for my seller. I looked at all the comps. I put it what area it is that I'm working on. The prompt has to be done right. AI is about prompting right. Ines will speak about that as well in the afternoon, but that's the key of AI. So you see, it puts everything, and look how you can mark stuff inside. You can ask GPT to expand this section. This is the Canva mode working. So it's working here. It's expanding a particular section. You're being able to edit right on the ChatGPT. How many of you export, edit, bring it back? No? So this is it. That's Canva mode. It lets you put a whole strategy together for your listing. It creates a full-on market report. You can share it. And look at this one. It tells you what the edits were, like a collaborator type of tool. How cool is that? That's super cool. So Canva mode is one of my favorite right now because you're already in that tool and you don't leave that tool. All right, so as you see for the listing, a market report, structure for a listing presentation, all those things, an analysis to kind of rerun comps and all those things, CMA is what they can help you tremendously with. And Enrique will show you later on how at Avanti Way, now we're taking that draft that you saw to the next level. And the type of experiences that you could do for the same function, just adding on now, doing it like a pro. Alrighty? So let's do now, and this is a pretty cool one. You know, the AI can prepare showing packages for you, itineraries, routes, and you can be focusing on building the client's trust, delivering that wow experience for your client in a showing. How many of you really go to a showing with a great showing package to present, and you have your package and you both have it in an iPad and can take this showing right? So let me show you how this can be done. And in this one, I'm going to show you how you can map stuff inside a ChatGPT if you prompt it right, and how you use also activate voices, okay? So let me show you. So a buyer plan, you select the MLS 6 properties you want to show. Everybody knows how to do that? Just print them out, put the print in PDF. You already know you want to do these 6 properties. They don't have to be in any particular order because they will know what's the best showing sequence for you. Has anybody done this before? You add it. Boom. You add just that, nothing else. You create the right prompt. You tell them when you're going, what it is. It's going to plan your route. It's going to give you the best possible route. And it's going to also give you the link for the Google map. So you click on it and it gives you the link. Right there, I show it to you. But I'm going to show it to you now in a much better way to set up the experience. Because then this, you would have to now put it together. You copy it. And now use an app. You can use an app called Gamma, okay, which we'll give you the details on, and we're working a lot with that. You paste it. So this is where you use another AI. I wanted to another quick tool. You click continue. That's all you had to do. In Gamma, you just choose the theme, and you can preload themes. This is my logo, this is my style, this is my everything. That's all you need to do. Copy, paste, create a buying tour, and then you can publish it as a website in a second. And this is the experience you give now with an interactive map. You click on it, it gives you the directions, everything is there. You can copy the link, that's the route right there. You see how cool is that? Go back to the presentation. You see, you go, it gives you the full route. It gives it to the client. You're going to send this to the client. You go back. It gives you the sequence you're going to take. It gives you a little bit of information of every property. Now, before you do that, you can edit. You can do everything in ChatGPT, and then you copy the final product with the Canva you edit. It gives you sweet spot, pricing, takeaways, reminders, okay? And then you create your agent report. You do another prompt, which is for you, that has information that the buyer doesn't have. That's the one you have. Do the same thing, and then you have your version, they have their version, and in 1 second, 2 AIs combined, because here's where you complement, do this, okay? And then the next phase is, okay, you won't even need the 2 AIs combined, because as Enrique is going to explain later, in Avanti Way, what you'll be able to do. But this is, I'm trying to give you stuff using what's out there, but in the most basic way, so everybody here can start elevating their experience right away. Look at yours. Gives you talking points on each of the properties that the other guy doesn't have. Gives you the phone numbers, their broker remarks, everything that you need to know that the showing client doesn't know. Is that cool? Okay, so now I'm going to take you through something even cooler, which is, who has a Tesla? Okay, not anybody. You cannot have a Tesla and also do what I'm going to do, and I'm going to show you. But if you had a Tesla, you can start using those voice-activated prompts as well to create very wow stuff happening. Okay, so let me show you, for example, a video. It's called Grok, Tesla's AI.
Hey there, so I'm a real estate agent and I'm here with my invisible client that is now looking into properties between Coconut Grove and Coral Gables. And we have showings today on properties.
And I'm sorry that I'm driving. I should have done it without driving.
The area.
You can get the autopilot.
I wanted him to know a little bit more about each of both neighborhoods, the differences and interest points, and what do house buyers look for that are interesting and attract them to the different locations and differentiates them both, Coconut Grove and Coral Gables. Please, can you let us know?
Sure, I can help with that. Coconut Grove's got that laid-back, bohemian vibe with lots of waterfront homes and a lush, tropical feel. It's perfect for buyers who love a tight-knit community, outdoor living, and marinas. Think sailing clubs and Biscayne Bay views. Real estate here leans toward luxury condos and single-family homes with bigger lots, often with strong appreciation potential. Buyers are drawn to top schools like Ransom Everglades and the walkable coastal charm. Coral Gables, on the other hand, feels more polished and structured. Think Mediterranean-style homes, strict zoning, and tree-lined boulevards.
You can
it's ideal
interrupt
for
them.
families, professionals,
You can
or retirees who want a
style
prestigious,
how
elegant
they
setting
speak.
with historic estates and
And
gated
it's
communities.
very thorough. You can.
Hi, so I'm a real estate agent and I'm on my way to pick up a client who's uncertain about whether it's the right time to buy a home or stay where they're at. And we've seen some properties, but they have not made the decision to move forward. We're going to see a couple more now. But I want to role play at what to do at the end of our showing session to see if I can really push them towards making an offer. Can you help me out by role playing with me as if you were the client?
Sure, I'd be happy to help. Let's role play. I'll be your hesitant client after seeing the houses. Client. Okay, the houses were nice, but I'm just not sure about buying right now. The market seems shaky, and I'm worried prices might drop soon. Why should I make an offer now?
I'll not tell you how.
Well, I'm tired of throwing money away on rent, and I want a place that's really mine, But I'm still scared about the market. Prices seem so high, and I keep hearing about a possible crash. What makes you think now's a good time to buy instead of waiting?
That gets too long.
That
I'll
makes
send
sense,
it to you.
and I do love the house we saw. It feels right for me, but I'm still worried about locking in at today's prices and interest rates. What if rates drop next year, and I could have gotten a better deal? Can you explain how we can be sure we're getting the best deal now, and what happens if the market changes after I buy? That's a helpful way to look at it. I hadn't thought about refinancing later as an option. If the house feels right and the numbers make sense now, maybe it is a good time to jump in. Can we talk about the specific offer? Like, how do we structure it to get the best deal, considering sellers are a bit more flexible right now?
Great. Let's go and start looking at how to position your offer.
So that's cool, right? And I just wanted to let you know, you can go in as deep as you want. Hey, I need more. I need my client to be stronger. I need the negotiation to be, harsher. I'm trying to understand whatever. Just think about, be creative of whatever your situations are, and not just do it in a Tesla. I'm going to show you how you can do it anywhere. Okay? So, for example, you're going to a listing presentation, and just grab your phone. Or if you're in the car, you can also do it with your phone. Forget about the Tesla or Grok. That's also combining AIs. But for example, look, you just click on the, hi, how are you? I'm here at the Avanti Way event, and I want to get back into the role playing, but we're live right now with the audience. Say hi to them.
Hey everyone at the Avanti May event. Great to have you all tuning in. Let's dive back into the role-playing fun and keep it real.
All right, awesome. So can you act as a homeowner considering selling a $2 million property in Coral Gables and challenge me on my 6% rate, when other competing agents are offering to list at 4%. After a role play, also give me feedback and be constructive or how can I be better with my responses?
Absolutely, let's do it. All right, everyone, imagine I'm the homeowner. I'd say something like, look, I'm seeing some agents willing to list for 4% commission, so why should I pay you 6%? What's the real difference here? And then you as the agent would jump in with your reasoning. After we run through that, here's my feedback. I think you just want to really highlight the unique value you bring. Maybe it's your local expertise, the specific marketing strategies that justify
That's
that
fine,
extra
but I
2%.
want to actually role play with you right now. I want to actually respond. Speak to them.
Absolutely. All right, perfect. Let's jump right into it then. So I'll be the homeowner, and I'll say, hey, I know other agents are offering to list at 4%. You're asking 6%. So what's the real difference? Why should I stick with you at that higher rate? And go ahead and jump in as the agent.
And then you go in and you say, oh, yes, but you've seen my presentation, you've seen my marketing, my servicing, the way that I could get you more value for your property. Do you really think I'm the right person you told me I'm the right person for the job? I actually charge 3% for all the amazing services that you saw and all the value that I'll bring to bring you a qualified buyer in the least amount of time and get you maximum dollar for your property. So everything you're paying me as a commission is actually an investment because you're going to net more and have a much better and stress-free process, which is going to much more compensate for what other agents are giving out there. Now, the other 3% is what, and again, commissions are negotiable, remember, but it's what I suggest we offer the buyer agents because it's going to bring you more incentives. You're going to be able to work with more qualified buyers that you need right now. So if you want to offer less, we could try to offer less as far as the buyer agent commission, but I do not recommend it.
That was a great run-through on your end. I love how you just spelled it out. You emphasized that the commission isn't just a fee, it's an investment that pays off in terms of better buyers and a smoother process. So for some constructive feedback, I think you did a fantastic job of focusing on the value you bring. If you want to refine it even more, you could also sprinkle in a real-world example or maybe a success story of a
Thank
past
you.
seller.
You gave this audience a great show. Can you say goodbye?
Absolutely. Well, to everyone at the Avanti Way event, it was awesome chatting with you all. Thanks for letting me join in for a bit of fun. Take care and have a fantastic rest of your event.
Thank you. All right. So that's the power that you have. Remember before we're saying, guys, get together. Who wants to be the accountability partner with somebody else so you can do this? This is powerful, and just know you have it at your fingertips. That's the superpower you're getting right now. All right, so now let's understand another scenario. Okay, so you can learn more about how ChatGPT can work for you. Again, same concept. You identify the offer. AI can help you identify when you receive an offer, the details of the offer. It can provide ideas or how to counter offer. You have to be very careful if in the negotiation process obviously in all these processes, not to take your digital assistant's word for it and go and just reply an email that they just blurbed into this. You got to keep training them and make sure that then you validate their points, especially when you're talking legal advice, when you're doing all these things, but it helps you draft it, understand it, go back and forth, and even role play how you're going to negotiate with the other agent. Now you can go very well prepared once you know. So let me show you a feature inside here, which is how you remember we connected the email. Look at now how we can integrate the email. So you're analyzing an offer, and you're going to prepare a counter offer. Your request here, you put the prompt, all these prompts. You add the offer document, and ChatGPT with the right prompt will lay down, and especially if you're already doing it, your tone and your voice and why you need it, it's going to give you the snapshot of what the offer is. It's going to give you the references with the pages on what they're talking about and all the different points. So you can go through with this. And it's going to give you the counter offer recommendations according to your prompt and what you wanted on how and why to. It's going to give you the talking points, which are the ones that then you can validate in a conversation on how to position that counter offer. And then this go ahead and automatically, because you gave me that option, uses agent mode, which we're going to show you how to use it many times, goes to your email, logs in. This is done automatically. You're already going to tell them, yes, I want to do it. You click allow, and it's going to put all the email in your draft, ready to go. So you can already do this also in advance. Whenever you're doing a market report, whatever you're doing, it can already leave the drafts ready in your email. You don't even have to go, and you can leave this to work, and then you go have lunch. You don't have to be waiting there while he's doing it. You see the Gmail? It's set up directly in my Gmail. So you just go to your email draft, change what you have to change, and off you go. And the evolution of all these technology, if you learn why and how you're using it, in our opinion, is that you're not even going to eventually go to ChatGPT. Gmail and all those platforms and everything are going to be, everything you interact with is going to have the agents in the back end. So now you need to focus on the strategy and on how these things work and how these things connect. Okay, this is one of my favorite ones, guys, which is productivity and automation. Okay, automation allows you to handle your busy work, keeps you organized, so you can spend, obviously, time innovating and doing things. So let me show you a couple of examples of how you do this. Scheduling, creating tasks and scheduling appointments or things that it does for you on a constant basis, okay? And then we'll talk about also what GPTs are, because that's important in this section. So for example, look at a simple meeting scheduling using ChatGPT. You go to agent mode, again, you'll get all this, you add your prompt, you're trying to set up a meeting, and it's gonna go, connect everything to your Google Calendar. It's going to send you the link. You open it up, and you just put whatever you want to fix here, but it can already have all the links ready for you. So at the end of the day or of the task or whatever you're doing, you already connect them to your email. Okay? So you personalized. So this is key. Whenever I say I want to schedule an email, do exactly what you just did. You put the word, that's very important, because once you create a very cool process, at the end of the day, you just tell it, okay, when I say this, do this. So next time around, and it tells you, perfect. Next time you say it, I'll execute exactly those rules for you. So now what you're doing is you're teaching them. Let's go through the process at the same time, just as you would do with an assistant. But now it's going to be to perfection, you know? Next time it's like, okay, schedule a meeting. Boom, 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 boom. This is how I want it. Always put it here. Always put a copy here. So once you do it once and you like how they did it, you do it that way. Same thing with tasks. I'm going to show you what you do with tasks, okay? With tasks, for example, you can put, send me a report every Friday of Doral Real Estate. And it will do that for you. Get me daily news from all the real estate sources that I'm listing here, or find me the best real estate sources. And then it will do a report, and you tell him every time I put task, create a report, or give me this, it's going to give it to you, and it's going to constantly have it there for you, okay? So GPTs, it's also part of productivity. These are custom GPTs. Have you ever seen the GPTs in ChatGPT? Who has not seen it? Most of you, everybody has seen him? Most of you? Okay. So then real quickly, let me show you how this works. These are specialists that they already have. You can build your own GPT or you can use a special GPT. For example, there's a GPT to summarize video. You look for it, you start a chat with that specific specialist, you grab the link from that specific video, you copy it, you put it in that specific GPT, who's a specialty GPT for that, and then you click on it and will do all the analysis that you want from that video without you haven't even watched it. So you get an hour analysis of a CNN guy about real estate right now. You don't have to spend the time listening to an hour anymore, or put 3x, which is going to be, 20 minutes, 30, You can do this, gives you the points, gives you everything. If you go to ChatGPT today and you put a video, it won't do this. There are GPTs that do this. You can create your own GPT to work, for example, with your team. So Marisela, in Servat Group, you create a GPT that you only share with Servat Group and your vendors and everybody there, that pours all the stuff of Servat Group, my systems, my way of setting up my processes, my everything in GPT. And then next time, all of their vendors and all the information they get out of there, the database is only theirs. Make sense? Okay, next. Post-sale and referrals. And this one's huge because this is when you create a complete workflow. I'm teaching it to you here. This is the power that you can do right now with GPT. Go ahead. So I'm going to feature workflows. You're going to say, you're trying to achieve that every time you close a deal, you said, I just closed a deal. You put the prompt before, so you understand how this is going to work. You train it, okay? And then it's going to tell you, okay, what's the client's name? What's the address? What's this? It's going to ask you certain things, okay? And then the next time you just say, I just closed a deal. You already trained it. And when you say, okay, I'm going to do 5 things from you. Once you give me the client and the 5 questions I'm asking you, I'm going to draft a thank you email. I'm going to log the client into your CRM memory. I'm going to set a follow-up reminder in 3 months to contact them. I'm going to create a home anniversary for you, and I'm going to send them a gift. All automatic. I just closed the deal, and it's going. There you go. It created already all your, it's going to be in the phone. It's going to remind you, hey, this person, 3 months just passed. Contact them. These are the things you need to put on. It's saved to your memory. And it automatically gives you all the gift options that you had given them. You just have to go in now, and it's going to have them ready for you, so you just execute. How cool is that? So you see, this is how you have to start thinking of all these tools. You start moving them through until you can achieve these type of interactions with them. And then you have specialized uses, like, for example, go ahead, Adriana, for an offer memorandum. The one that works the most advanced is the agent mode. So always go to the agent mode when you're doing advanced stuff, when they need to do research outside of what you're giving them. This is an OM. For those of you that work investors, imagine an offer memorandum, just like this one. They send you a bunch of these. This is a 200-unit building that we're offering. These are the amenities. These are the comps. This is the regular stuff that you see. These are the projections, the financials. Eduardo, you get a lot of those, right? So right now, with ChatGPT, you have an army of underwriters that if you know what you're doing in investments, and if not you can use a ChatGPT to text, you're going to be able to grab this and do a whole analysis of your OM. But the one thing I want to teach you here is sometimes you don't know what to ask. So my advice is ask ChatGPT what to ask. So what you're going to say by voice or by writing, and it's exactly what I did here, is you're going to tell them, I need to know if this investment is going to yield a 6% and allow me to get off in the 12, what do I need to pay for if I want it to be a 12% return or whatever you want, and what should I need to prompt? And it gave me a perfect prompt, specialized in what I need to get. You copied that, that's what you put, and look at the amazing summary it provides to me in 3 minutes. It went to the websites that gave you the thing of today, the rates of today. It went to everything outside to analyze this deal, the cap rates and everything else, and gave something very powerful. You can send it to Excel. You can look at sensitivity analysis, etc. Okay? All right? And then you have content creation. For that, you could do it. This is the last one, Canva GPT. And you can connect Canva to ChatGPT. They have the connection. They have a specialized GPT. Go ahead, Adriana. So this is quickly, just to show you how you can create content, and they will deliver pieces of content for you that are ready to go. You just put a project name, which is something else I wanted to teach you on ChatGPT. Create projects, guys. Don't leave all the chats there hanging. If you create a project, you can give the project specifics, and that project will give you everything you need for that specific project. You put your logos, you put your look and feel, you put how you like your things to be, and when you're attaching things for a project, for a client, for a marketing piece or whatever, it's going to give you much more. You can connect Google Docs, so you're giving them your brand manual, and then you put create me a whole social media post with images for Coral Gables. It'll go to your project specifics, to who you are, and it does this. It's the first prompt. Gives you all the captions, all the hashtags, everything, and even the post ideas. Now you can start interacting with them and changing them. I want it more like this. I want it more like that. You click on them, and it takes you to Canva. So inside Canva, you can already change this, change that, but it gave you that first idea of a change. And then you save it, you put it in your project, and that's how you deal with this. Now, temporary chat, something very quickly. As you're building this, when you're just asking a chat about your school, your kid's school or whatever, or something about how is the weather today, just click on the top where it says temporary, and it'll give you something like the incognito window where it doesn't stay there as part of your brain and it's not training anything in your AI. Have you guys ever used temporary chats? Did you know about it? No? That's a really cool one because you're not feeding it. You don't want to feed them that information. On the top right side, one click gives you an incognito chat. Cool, right? Okay, so again, next. Adri. Complement your partner with things that are not ChatGPT that do it better. I want to show you a quick 3 examples very quickly of how Google does some things, in my opinion, much better than ChatGPT. Go ahead. So Gemini, okay? Go ahead. So for content creation and images, Gemini and a Nano Banana app that they just came up with is much better. You upload 3 posts. I upload 3 posts from Yael, one of our agents, and look at the post that he gave me. He used her logos on the top, her look and feel. You give them your marketing, give them your feed, your Instagram, and Google. ChatGPT has not been that good. You saw ChatGPT Canva one. That was to show you how it connects to Canva. But if I'm going to do an image, I would do it in Google. How cool is this? Okay, now I'm going to show you one of my favorite ones in Google, which is Notebook LM. Have you guys used Notebook LM? This is, to me, this really, stands out because it works like having your own document, organizes in a knowledge base, remembers your context, gives you like right there, collaboration. So for research, for market reports, for mission statements, it creates visuals, visual mapping of your market report. All we did here is put a market report in Avanti Way. We put a market report, we upload it to Google LM, starts generating a whole overview of the report, and then you can put it, for example, look what it's going to do. It customizes a video of the process, it customizes of presenting it, it does a whole diagram. Look how cool is this? A visual mapping of the document you gave it. Look. It gives you all the elements, like having a super scientist behind you that really recreates the world. It's really impressive for research, for presentations. It's just unbelievable. And now look at the crazy part. Now we go ahead, and it has the voice, and has the conversational podcast. Look.
Cut through the noise, look at the sources, and pull out the insights you actually need. Today, we are plunging into real estate, specifically a detailed market report for September 2025. Our mission, to boil it down fast, get the crucial info, and really understand the pulse of one specific
I have it in
market.
2x.
And we're focusing on zip code 33134. For anyone in South Florida, that's a big part of Coral Gables, beautiful area.
Right. And what's fascinating here is that a report like this, it's more than just numbers. It really tells a story. You go, oh, wait, someone wants to join. Hey, go for it.
Hi, can you give me more information about the average close price in Coral Gables?
Absolutely, great question. We were just about to dive into that. So for zip code 33134, which is a big part of Coral
join
Gables,
the
report shows
podcast.
an average close price of $1.4
Live.
million.
So this is crazy. It
All
creates
right,
a
let's dive
whole
right in.
podcast
Today, we
experience.
are cracking the code on one of Miami's most interesting zip codes, 33134. For the first time in a while, negotiating power has
Creates
completely
this
shifted.
video
So let's
for you.
unpack exactly what this means for you. So what does a buyer's market actually look like on the ground? It's not just some fancy label.
It's
It's a reality
2x.
you can see in the numbers. Homes that sell in this area are going. But that 7% discount we just saw, that's what happens when buyers have more options and, well, more leverage. The bottom line is you have real room to negotiate. Now let's talk about time. This number here, 1 in 3 months. And that is your other huge advantage here. The pressure is just gone. Sellers have to be more patient, which means you get to take your time.
You
can
get
do
the
your homework, look at
idea?
a bunch of places, and put together a strong offer without
Your
that feeling
buyer
rushed. Time
process,
is
your
absolutely on
seller
your side.
process, you
Okay,
can
so
even
we've established
go
that buyers
through an
are calling the shots.
offer
But
like
who are
this.
these buyers?
You can
Understanding
create a
this profile gives us
podcast
incredible insight into just how
every
healthy this
Sunday
market really
about
is.
the market.
Let's see how people are
You
paying.
put it out
This
there.
is
You don't
pretty
even have to
wild.
go
Well,
to a
just over half.
podcast room and create a podcast, and it's there. You can have it live, and people can come in and join in, and it'll answer the questions. Again, like everything, right prompting, the right data, that's your role. Right strategy, but at the end of the day, all the elements are there to make this happen, okay? And now I'll give you the visual part. Google is really good on the visual part. Look at, I asked Adriana to do this video this morning. Adriana, before coming here, did this video.
What style of decor does this space have?
This space has a modern and minimalist style with neutral colors and clean lines. The large windows and glass table give it an open, airy feel. Are you looking for inspiration for your own space?
No, can you tell me what type of piano is this?
That's a beautiful grand piano. The black lacquer finish is plastic. Did you have a specific question about it, or are you just curious about the style?
I would like to buy a similar one. Can you find me the links?
Sure. That looks like a Bechstein A208 grand piano. They're known for their beautiful tone and responsive touch. You can find them at authorized Bechstein dealers or online retailers specializing in high-end pianos. Would you like me to help you find some dealers near you?
Yes, please.
Great. Since you're in Miami, I found a few places that might have it with. There's Keyboard Connection, Piano Boutique.
What material is this counter made of?
That looks like a beautiful dark stone countertop, possibly granite or slate. Are you thinking of getting something similar for your own kitchen?
So imagine you're showing a house, what type of roof it is, what type of flooring, what type of counter. Can you measure this room? All those type of things, and again, Ines and Pablo today are going to speak more about these type of things that are more visual, but that's the power of understanding what other techs may be doing from the big guys, because at some point in time, one may be doing better than the other. How cool is that, right? So how can I start applying all these things for my business, and what can I use in each one of them, okay? So start unlocking the superpower of this agentic AI and be able to focus on what you can do best, which is people, right? Okay? So, guys, just to close it off, did you guys enjoy what you watched? Okay? Thank you. Was it useful? The idea is to open your mind and create strategy behind it. You know, AI will clear the path for you guys. You gotta walk it. AI won't do it on its own. It hasn't gotten to the latest stage yet, okay? And that way you can be there at the moments that count. Next, Adri. So let me close with you guys. While AI writes the newsletter, you can write the legacy. While AI schedules the showings, you're building trust. While AI is summarizing an inspection report, you're calming the client. That's going to be your role. While AI drafts follow-ups, you're reading the room and you're adjusting. Go ahead, Adri. Instead of spending hours writing listings, strategize in marketing direction. Instead of shifting from email to email and looking at emails, proactively reach out to past clients and prospect more. Instead of drowning in files, be prepared and role play to negotiate. These are the things that you should be working on. So while the AI is doing all this stuff, You could be having coffee with a referral partner, crafting an idea for a video story, strategizing and negotiating and preparing for something, learning something new that you have not learned before, maybe a new tool in AI, while AI is doing all the other stuff. All right? Top agents are not going anywhere. Top agents are staying. Crappy agents are going to elsewhere, right? So you're going to be a strategic advisor. You're going to be connectors. You're going to be trust amplifiers. And I'll leave you with this slide. In an automated world, guys, authenticity becomes your most valuable asset. And we know you guys, agentpreneurs, are all authentic and are going to take this and take it to the next level and get your superpower. So thank you very much. While Enrique, which I'm going to introduce right now, gets on stage, please download the prompt guide. Again, if you guys have trouble downloading right now, wait for our post materials email and you get the videos, you get the prompt guide and some other stuff. And I'll introduce my amazing partner.